What's up, guys? My name is Jeff Aulick, and I'm a guitar player in Nashville, Tennessee. And today we are going to begin the process of learning the CAGED system from like top to bottom. So we gotta start somewhere, right? The CAGED system, if you aren't familiar with it, is it spells out the word caged. It's C, A, G, E, and D. And all of those turn into movable chords, right? So if I'm doing it in the key of C, I have my C chord, but it's in my C shape. Now here's in my A shape, but it's still a C chord. Here's in my G shape. Here's in my E shape. And here's in my D shape. Or you can turn that into an inversion or whatever. And here's my C shape again, right? And each one of those shapes has a scale shape that goes with it. So right, or whatever. Right, so all of those has a scale shape that goes along with it. So we're going to start dissecting that whole thing. And we have to start somewhere, right? So first we got to figure out what note we're on. In order, kind of the way that I like to break it down is in my own practice time. If I'm going over this stuff, I like to choose a key for the day, and I'll do, say we do the key of D, I'll do everything in that key. And then if there's something I'm really trying to get under my fingers, I'll move it to a different key, just in a totally different spot of the neck, just to kind of solidify it. But to start out, we'll go through an exercise that I like to call one note per string. I know that a lot of guys do this exercise, so it's nothing groundbreaking or new. Neither is the whole CAGED system, so that's okay. But I like to choose a key. So today we'll start with the key of C, because you'll use that key all the time. And the rules for this exercise is that I can only play on the 1st fret to the 12th fret. So no open strings and nothing above the 12th fret. We can do that later, but for now, that's this exercise. So we'll start out on the E string. We're tuned to standard. So if you're in standard, that's E, A, D, G, B, E. And we're going to basically find the C on every string. So starting out, we have our open E string. We're just going to walk up until we get to C. So E and F are right next to each other. They're only half step apart. So we have E, F, then we're going to have an F sharp, then G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and then B and C are right next to each other. So our C is going to be on the 8th fret of the E string. Then we go to the A string. A sharp, B, C, right? B and C are right next to each other, right? So we have our C on our 8th fret on the E string, and our C on our 3rd fret of the A string. And we're going to count it up from the D string. So D, D sharp, oh, sorry, that was the wrong note. D, D sharp, E and F are right next to each other. So F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, right? So we have 8th fret, 3rd fret, and 10th fret. So play that a couple times, right? You can pause this video, pause the video to get it all under your fingers. Totally cool. All right. Then we're going to go to the G string, right? So we'll walk it up. G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, right? So that's on our 5th fret. So to go 8th fret, 3rd fret, 10th fret, 5th fret. Next string, we have B to C, right? B and C are right next to each other, so it's on our 1st fret. So 8th fret, 3rd fret, 10th fret, 5th fret, 1st fret. And you can pause it and go back and forth between them. Do whatever you got to do to get it under your head, right? These are all the C's on the neck, you know, from here to here. The majority of the C's on the neck. Doesn't count these ones. Yet. All right. So, last string, we have our E. So it'll go E, F, because they're right next to each other. F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. Now, if you'll notice, that's the same fret, the 8th fret, as our low E string. Both of these are E strings, so they're both going to be counted up the same. E, F, G, or E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. So they're both on the 8th fret. So that's hopefully helpful to remember. So here we go. From the top, we'll go really slow. 8th fret, 3rd fret, 10th fret, 5th fret, 1st fret, and 8th fret again. Now back down. So starting from the same note, 8th fret, 1st fret, 5th fret, 10th fret, 3rd fret, and 8th fret. Now you want to get to the point where you can go a little bit fast with these, you know. And if you really want to drive it home, call each of them C every time you hit it. C, 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 right? And just really get that under your hands. And for the day, you're going to play everything in that key, all these exercises to come, you know, once I start giving you some exercises to do. So yeah, that's kind of that exercise. It's a great way to start out the CAGED system completely. What I would like to do is blaze through it in a second key. So this will be really fast. So if you need to come back to this in a week or two, go for it. It's totally cool. All right, here we go. We'll do the key of A. So we have E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So 5th fret for our A. Now, we have an A string, but remember, the rule is we're not playing any open strings. So we're going to have to hit that at the 12th fret, because that's the octave, right? The 2 dots is your 12th fret, or whatever your blocker is. So it'll be 5th fret, 12th fret. Then we have our D string, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So it'll be our 7th fret. Then we have the G string, G, G sharp, A, 2nd fret. Then we have the B string, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A at the 10th fret. And then high E string, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, right? It's the same fret as the low E string. So, to go through this, we'll do it slow at first. So 5th fret, 12th fret, 7th fret, 2nd fret, 10th fret, and 5th fret. Back down, 5th fret, 10th fret, 2nd fret, 7th fret, 12th fret, 5th fret. Now, once you get that under your fingers, start playing it with a metronome or something. Or whatever. You know, you get the hang of it. Just take time on it. You can't memorize or expect to memorize this stuff without putting in the work. So put in the work. It'll be worth it. It'll start to make sense, and we can go from there. Enjoy.